Right. Welcome back, everyone, to the deep dives where, well, as you know, we like to go deep. We find those articles, those research papers, the stuff that everyone keeps meaning to read, and then we do the hard work for you.
Someone's got to do it.
Exactly. Someone's got to do it. And today, we are diving into something that, well, it might sound a little dry at first, but I promise you, it's anything but. We're talking legacy system updates.
Legacy systems.
Yeah, those systems that keep businesses running, but they're about as fun to update as, I don't know, trying to teach your grandma to use TikTok.
Yeah, I think I can picture
Oh,
that.
I've been there, right? You get that dreaded system down for maintenance message, and suddenly your whole workflow grinds to a halt. But here's the thing, and this is where it gets really interesting. In prepping for this deep dive, I was going through some research, and I stumbled across this quote from Kevin Brake. He said, "This is cool stuff. How exactly do change management and legacy system updates work hand in hand?"
He's absolutely right. It is cool stuff.
It is, and that's what I want to get into today. What's so cool about it? How do these two seemingly total different worlds, change management and these old clunky systems, how do they fit together?
Well, it's all about understanding that updating a legacy system, it's not like you said, just swapping out an old phone for a new one.
Right, right.
It's way more than that. You're not dealing with just circuits and wires. You're dealing with people. And people, well,
Yeah.
let's just say we're creatures of habit. We get comfortable with the way things are, even if it's not the best way. So when you come in and you try to change things up, well, it can be really disruptive, even scary for some folks.
Yeah, I get that. So it's not just about the tech, it's about the human factor. It's almost like a cultural shift, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But how does that actually play out in real life? Are there examples where companies have really messed this up by neglecting that human element?
Oh, definitely. You see it all the time. I mean, I remember this one organization, they were a manufacturing company, and they decided to modernize their inventory management system. Sounds straightforward enough, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. They were so focused on the technical side of things, getting the new software up and running, they completely forgot about the people who are actually going to be using it.
Oh, no.
They rolled out this brand new system with almost no training for the employees and no communication about why they were even doing this in the first place.
It's basically just threw it at them and said, "Here you go."
Pretty much. And what happened? Well, chaos. People were confused, frustrated. Some were even, I think, a little scared because they didn't understand the new system.
Yeah, sounds like a recipe for disaster.
It was. Data entry became a nightmare. Productivity actually went down, and it took them months to fix the mess. It cost them a ton of time, money, and probably a few sleepless nights for the managers involved.
Wow, that's a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
It's a good reminder that neglecting the human element can turn even a simple system update into a total nightmare. So, knowing that, how can companies do this better? How can they ensure a smooth transition? What does good change management actually look like when you're dealing with these legacy systems?
Well, one of the key things is tailoring your approach to the different groups of people who will be using the system. I mean, you wouldn't train a CEO the same way you train someone working on the factory floor, right?
Right.
So, for example, frontline staff, they might need really hands-on, practical training on the new interface, how to actually use the system day to day.
Yeah, the nitty-gritty.
Exactly. But managers, they might benefit more from workshops focusing on how to use the system's reporting features, how to analyze the data, things like that.
So it's all about understanding the needs of each group.
Right. And then, of course, communication is key. You have to be really clear and consistent with why you're making this change, what the benefits are, and you have to be open to addressing any concerns that people might have.
So don't just tell them what's changing, involve them in the process.
Exactly. Get their feedback, listen to their ideas, make them feel like they're part of the solution, not just, having something imposed on them.
That makes a lot of sense. It's about making it a collaborative effort. Now, you mentioned earlier that this idea of change management and legacy systems, it kind of connects to broader organizational change, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Can you talk a little bit more about that? How do these principles apply beyond just IT systems?
Well, think about something like a company merger.
Oh, yeah.
You're bringing together two completely different cultures, different ways of doing things, different systems. And if you don't have a good change management plan in place, well, it can be a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And the same principles apply, right? Clear communication, involving people in the process, addressing anxieties head on. Those are all essential for success, no matter what kind of change you're trying to implement.
That's a really good point. So whether it's a new system or a new direction for the company, people need to understand the why. They
Absolutely.
need to feel empowered, not overwhelmed.
Exactly.
And that brings to mind a final question that I'd like to leave our listeners with.
Yeah.
What are the unseen costs of holding on to these outdated systems?
Mm.
And I'm not just talking about the technological costs, but the costs in terms of your company culture, your ability to adapt and change.
Mm.
So that's something for everyone to think about.
Yeah, definitely something to consider.
And if you're interested in learning more about this, we've got some great resources for you in the show notes, links from name of relevant industry association and name of website focusing on the human element of change.
Yeah.
Definitely check those out. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, let us know what you think. We love hearing from you.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
Until next time, happy diving.
Bye.
Bye.